G'day everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Tipping Point. It's Monday night. As usual, I'm back with my round 4 tips. How did you go on the weekend? I hope you went a little bit better than me. I got 6 out of 8, 19 altogether, 75th in the Hoops Crew tipping competition and about 300,000 nationwide. So look, I'm not that happy. There's a couple of games with absolute certainties which I didn't get right. But I'll come to that in a sec. First thing, thank you to Cyril Cook Florist, major sponsor of the Hoops Crew. If this is your first time here, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button, supporting the channel, all that we do here at the Hoops Crew. All right, let's see how I went last week. Now, I got the first game, the Thursday night game wrong, which always ruins your week, doesn't it? When you get the first game wrong, I had Port Adelaide in this one. I thought it was an absolute certainty based on their record over the Bombers, but it wasn't meant to be. The Bombers somehow got up, corrected things on Friday night with picking the Bulldogs to do the job against Carlton. Thank you very much. And then got this one wrong, Melbourne versus Gold Coast, another team, Melbourne, that has absolutely had the wood over Gold Coast in recent years, but Gold Coast have finally flipped the script and Melbourne's season is in tatters. I got the rest of the games right, including the Brisbane-Geelong one. I picked the Brisbane Lions and was lucky enough to pick Hawthorn over the Giants. And, I think the rest were pretty obvious, weren't they? Pretty obvious if you ask me. All right, let's get on with round 4, my tips for round 4. The first game of the round is Collingwood versus Carlton at the MCG on Thursday night. Now, Collingwood's got a pretty good record against Carlton. Last time around, it was 3 points to the Pies. The Pies have won 5 out of the last 6 against Carlton, and they've also won 6 straight at the MCG against all teams, whereas Carlton have lost their last 4 games at the MCG. For me, pretty straightforward. I'm picking Collingwood to heap more pain on the Blue Baggers in 2025, and the questions will continue about Michael Voss, I am sure. But get your popcorn out on Thursday night, people. That is going to be a fun watch or fun listen if you listen to Talkback Radio after the game. That could be entertaining. All right, the next game is Geelong and my Mighty Cats versus the Melbourne Demons. This one's at GMHBA Stadium. And the last time around at the MCG, though, it was Melbourne by 8 points over the Cats to break the Geelong 7-game winning record to start last season. Cats have won 5 out of 6 against Melbourne at GMHBA, as well as 5 out of 6 against all teams at GMHBA. So it's starting to become a fortress again. I think Geelong would really, really want to win this one. And probably need to win this one to get their season back on track after a couple of losses. Melbourne, of course, would want to win this after losing their first 3. But I can't see it happening. I think things are really starting to go from bad to worse at Melbourne. Geelong for me by 15 points in this game. Next, we're on to Gold Coast versus Adelaide. This one is at People First Stadium or Carrara or Gold Coast, whatever it is. Last time around, it was Gold Coast by 6 points. Look, Gold Coast will have the interstate advantage here. There's 2 undefeated teams playing each other. It's probably the game of the round. Can you believe that? Gold Coast v Adelaide game of the round. It probably is, to be fair. Both teams look amazing. Gold Coast's percentage is incredible. Adelaide haven't kicked less than 17 goals in a game so far this year. It's going to be an absolute cracker. I'm going to tip Gold Coast, though, by 20 points, but this is one where I'm fully expecting it to get it wrong. I'll be very, very impressed if Adelaide can win this one interstate. I think we'll all be taking Adelaide very, very seriously, if we aren't already, if they can get the job done here. But also, if Gold Coast win it, yes, it's their home ground, but you'd be very impressed as a neutral with a 3-0 record for the Gold Coast and probably maintaining a healthy percentage out of it too. All right, game number 4 is Richmond versus Brisbane. It's a Saturday twilight at the MCG. It's a pretty obvious one here. Last time around, it was Brisbane by 119 points. The Lions haven't lost a game this year. They're a bit scratchy, a bit not quite there yet, but they're winning games ugly, and that's all you need to do at the start of the year. Just bank the wins. They've won 3 straight against Richmond as well, 3 out of 4 at the MCG, including those prelims and grand finals from last year. Plural. Singular. It's Brisbane by 2 points, a close one. Brisbane by 2 points in this game. Next, it's North Melbourne v Sydney Swans, Saturday night at Marvel Stadium. Oh, this one's an almost a certainty. This one, I don't know why you'd pick North Melbourne other than they're playing an interstate side. Sydney won the last game against these two teams by 79 points. They've won 8 straight against North Melbourne and 11 out of the last 14. An absolute dominance over North Melbourne in recent years. And they're pretty good at Marvel Stadium, having won their last 6 out of 7 at the venue. So for me, another close one, though. Sydney by 2 points over North Melbourne. All right, GWS v West Coast. This one's at NG Stadium. I assume that's in Greater Western Sydney somewhere. I don't know where they're. Stop changing your names. I thought it was Giant Stadium. Anyway, NG Stadium. Last time around, Giants by 65 points. They've won 3 out of 4 against West Coast. Look, West Coast play reasonably well against them, I guess, apart from the last time around, nearly 11 goals. But I'm going to tip the Giants here. I can't imagine people would do otherwise. So Giants for me, 20 points up in this one. All right, here's an absolute certainty for you, everyone. You'll thank me after this. Port Adelaide will smash St Kilda. Last time around, this one's a Sunday afternoon at Adelaide Oval. Last time it was very close. It was very close. Port Adelaide by 2 points against the Saints, but they've won 6 in a row against St Kilda and 14 out of their last 15 games. Why would you pick St Kilda? Put yourself in jail if you pick St Kilda. You're an absolute drongo. Don't do it. Port's also won 6 out of 7 at Adelaide Oval, and St Kilda's lost 5 in a row at that venue. Port Adelaide by 20 points. The Saints are playing well, but Port Adelaide is winning this game. I can guarantee it. Clip that. Last game of the round, Fremantle versus the Western Bulldogs, formerly the Footscray Bulldogs. This is a Sunday night game. At Optus Stadium. It was the Bulldogs last time around by 67 points, another smashing. And Bulldogs have got a good recent history against Freo, a very good history. 3 of the last 4, they've had some wins. Is that enough, though, to pick the Bulldogs to get on a plane, hop over to Perth and to knock off Freo, who are back on the winners list? No, it's not. I think I've got to pick Freo here. I've got to play it safe, pick the home team against an interstate opponent. I don't think 3 out of 4 is great for the Bulldogs, 3 out of the last 4, but it's probably not enough for me to sway me to tip against the home team in this situation. That's my tips, everyone. I hope you're going to go well this week in your tips. As I said earlier, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and tell your friends and family. Until next time, go Cats. See you later, everyone.